it's time for another video. I managed to get to one finally. This week was a weird week, and I had a whole bunch of other stuff going on last week, so we didn't have one last week. I'm sorry for that. I was in the process of trying to travel to Tennessee for Dollywood's opening weekend that weekend, so yeah, fun times. And then last week was kind of stressful, so I'm just going to try and get to something this week. And also going to try and get to something else later in the week as well. But I figured I had some time today, so I figured we could get something out of the way. It's going to be a little bit before I try and dive back into recording a vintage video for a little bit. Unfortunately, some of the things that have been going on lately for vintage has been that there has been a lot of issues with win traders in the leagues, and we're also having some issues with some of those win traders are actually taking up people's time to basically what they're going to end up doing is they queue into real people and then they time them out. And unfortunately, until that gets resolved, it's going to be really hard to try and play vintage, I feel. So I don't think it's very interesting to watch an opponent time out and me have to cut a whole bunch of video because of that. It doesn't really make for good content, and nobody wants to watch that, unfortunately. So we're just going to kind of try something a little bit different. We're going to play some Pauper this week, as well as some Legacy. I do have a video because we're going to have All Access Week is this week. So we're going to do Battle of Wits this week. A new updated version of Battle of Wits. As most people know, I tend to play this deck quite often whenever All Access comes out around. It's just my favorite thing to do on Magic Online because it's just pretty much a deck you can only play on Magic Online. So, but the deck we got this week for Pauper is a deck called Rakdos Affinity. Yes, Affinity's still around, even though they've banned a bunch of cards in the format for Affinity. ATOG got banned, Disciple of the Vault got banned, but we still got a whole bunch of other cards that are really, really good for Affinity-based strategies. This one is a bit more of an aggressive build. Looking at cards like Mirror Enforcer and Frog Knight as your big Affinity pieces. But there's also, this deck really revolves around the raw synergy of several cards that are kind of start to shape up Pauper as a format. And one of those cards is Experimental Synthesizer. For those that aren't aware what this card does. Experimental Synthesizer, when it enters the battlefield, or enters or leaves the battlefield, you exile the top card of your library. You may, until end of turn, you may play that card. You can pay 2 in red, sacrifice it, get a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance that you can only activate as a sorcery. Costs 1 red. Card's really good when you are pairing it with cards like Coldotha Rebirth, but also, more notably, the card that's kind of become one of the mainstays of Pauper, and honestly, it's a card that I can't believe is common, honestly. This card's really strong, and that's Deadly Dispute from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. 1 at a black, for an instant, you sacrifice an additional, as an additional cost, you sacrifice an artifact or creature, and you draw 2 cards to create a treasure token. This card's absolutely insane. It just does so many things in this current format, especially with things like Chromatic Star, Terrarian, Ichor Wellspring. Those are all cards that are really good for grinding out card advantage alongside Deadly Dispute. You cast a Deadly Dispute on a Ichor with an Ichor Wellspring as the cost. You're drawing 3 cards instead of 2 for 2 mana, and you're also getting a treasure token back out of that. So really, you're spending 1 mana to get back to draw 3 cards. It's functionally Ancestral Recall at that point, which is kind of gross. This deck also plays cards like Makeshift Munitions as a way to close games out. Also deals with other creatures. Rites of Initiation is one of those cards that just out of nowhere just kind of kills your opponent. It's a 1 red for discard any number of cards at random. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn for each card discarded this way. You were drawing a lot of cards with this deck. So that's kind of the big thing about it. And then also one of the other cards that's kind of mainstayed around the format since its release is Blood Fountain from Crimson Vow, which is 1 in a black. When it enters the battlefield, you create a blood token, which is the artifact that has 1 tap, discard a card, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. But you can also pay 3 in a black, sacrifice it, and you return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So you can kind of see it's really hard to deal with this deck's threats. the creatures that it wants to attack with, Mirror Enforcer and Frogmite, because if you destroy it or you kill it in combat or something like that, late game Blood Fountain's going to get that card back, and more than likely it's going to be free still to cast because of Affinity. So that's kind of like one way you can kind of play around with this. Like, for example, you can cast Reckoner's Bargain on your own Mirror Enforcer if you really so desire in combat. If you think it's going to die, you get cards and life out of it, and then you can bring it back with Blood Fountain, and then keep hitting your opponent with these creatures. Obviously, as I mentioned, Cold Oath of Rebirth, very strong card. It's one red for essential cost, sack an artifact, create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. You get a lot of artifacts here that are worth sacrificing that draw cards or do other things when they enter the battlefield or leave the battlefield. For example, casting Cold Oath of Rebirth on Experimental Synthesizer is pretty good. Same thing with Ichor Wellspring. And then also, obviously, one of the premier removal spells for Affinity is Galvanic Blast, with the Metalcraft deals 4 damage instead of 2 damage. So this deck's a lot of fun. A lot of the mana base is a lot of indestructible lands, as we've seen from Modern Horizons 2, introduce the tap artifact lands that are indestructible, but we also got copies of Great Furnace and Vault of Whispers in here as well. So this deck's pretty fun, honestly. It's really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to playing around with it. I got this list off of Twitter, actually, from a player named Snapbolt, who also has been pushing a Jund tokens list with Glimmer Baron that also looks like a lot of fun. So definitely check this out. It's really cool, honestly. And some of the games I've played with it so far in practice have been exceptionally grindy. And I think that's one of the fun things about it. So anyways, we're also going to have coming soon, before we get to matches, we'll probably also have a video on 8 Mulch at some point. I'm probably 100% planning to play that for an upcoming event, so I'm looking forward to that, playing the deck. I've been playing it for a little while. It looks like a lot of fun. All Access will let me tweak a little bit better. And also, before we get started, I want to thank Card Hoarder for providing me with a free rental account for all these videos that I'm getting to do. So thank you, Card Hoarder, and make sure you visit Card Hoarder for all of your rental and purchase needs for Magic Online. And without further ado, let's get on to some Pauper, and let's go check out what this format has in store for us. Thanks, and we'll see you guys shortly for match 1. Okay, so we are here with round 1 of this Rakdos Affinity deck. We are on the play, so that's a good place to be. This actually looks pretty reasonable. We can get like a Blood Fountain online, which gives us a turn 2 Frogmite. Pretty sure that works out. Yeah, so like turn 1 Drossfork Bridge, turn 2 Great Furnace, Blood Fountain, Frogmite. So yeah, that's pretty good, honestly. And if we draw anything along the way, that seems also really good. So let's go for it and see what happens. See what we're up against. This format is really interesting, honestly. It's a really cool format right now. Even though there is a lot of congealing around cards like Deadly Dispute and Blood Fountain and Affinity-based stuff, it feels fun and it feels interesting. So I'm curious. Mountain. Voldaren Epicure. Yeah, that's a card. Oh, hey, guess what we get to do? Go Blood Fountain. That. Frogmite, go! Haha! Double Frogmite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have probably cast the Mirror Enforcer that same turn. That's kind of funny. Well, we'll do that next turn. We'll see what they do. I should have cast it that turn. Counting artifacts. It's hard. I always forget the new ones you cast that play Affinity also. Oh, Riftbolt. Okay, sure. Okay, so we get to keep this. So we get to hold up Deadly Dispute for whenever they cast the Rift Bolt on one of our frogs. Because I assume that's what's going to happen. I assume we're going to get Rift Bolted on one of the frogs, so we're just going to Deadly Dispute it. Oh, they're just targeting me. Okay. Cute. I guess we get to Rift Bolt the blood token. Another Rift Bolt. Okay, sure. Alright, let's... let us do the thing. No, let's attack with everybody. Gotta block. We're not gonna bother doing much with... Yeah, they're just trying to burn me. I don't know how well that's gonna work though, because I've got quite a bit of damage. I've got 8 points of damage right there, so... and them missing that land drop until now probably is not good for them. G2 Lava Runner, sure. They want to not try and nab me in for damage. Okay. Skewer the critics, sure. Well, let's get in there for damage. And the Kuldotha Rebirth means that they have to do something. I don't think they can kill me then this turn. They'd have to cast 3 bolts in a single turn to kill me. Literally, we'd have to be land, bolt, 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 but I have a feeling that they don't have that. I mean, it would be pretty good if they did. I would not... I would be... Yeah. It'd be weird for it to be this close, but... Okay. Yep, they're conceding. Alright, so... This is a weird... Because this seems like it's like burn. But I'm assuming they're going to bring in Gorilla Shaman. Just have to assume that that's like the correct card to bring in. Maybe Clan Shaman is an okay card here. I kind of still want Makeshift Munitions. That card is really good. Here, maybe Kuldotha Rebirth. Or did we go like hard on like duress? Like I'm totally cut off their stuff, but that feels weird to me. Like I don't know that we need to like go that deep in the tank, but to get rid of cards. But maybe we do. Like Pyroblast obviously is not good. This is a mono red deck. Maybe just shave a Chromatic Star as well for duress. And Chromatic Star is so good though. I like drawing cards. He shaves the Terrarian since it comes into play tapped. We'll try the duresses and see what happens. See what they bring in. Like, I have Galv Blast to deal with, like a Gorilla Shaman if I have to. This is absolutely not a keep. This is pretty bad hand. This is also a really bad hand. So that's awesome. A land of some sort. I don't want this Blood Fountain. I don't want this. I'm going to play the Darksteel Citadel, and they're deep in the tank of just burn. Super fast burn. Orcish Hellraiser. Deals a death damage to... Cute. Let's draw a card off of that. Experimental synthesizer. Not what I really ideally want to see there. I think we have to kill this thing. Yep. I need a creature. I think it's the biggest problem here. Reckless Impulse. Well, that's interesting. I could cast that Chain Lightning if they, Blood Fountain. Cast this Mirror Enforcer. That Searing Blaze. They can kill it, but is that good enough? Like, I think they could Searing Blaze it and then Chain Lightning it. You don't think that's like any good. Like, they're just going for broke here to try and attack me. That's wild. Makeshift munitions. Hello. Love this card. So strong. Reckless Impulse. They're just going to try and do everything they can to burn me out of the game. Wow. Okay, then. I don't have any life gain in this deck, so that's awesome. Oh, they'll just fire blast me. Okay. So that was fun. Just getting burned. We need another really good setup like that first game. This is also really bad. Well, these hands have just been like legitimately awful. It's just really awkward. Those are some really bad all the way down to 4. And they kept 7, so I'm already kind of on the back foot here. Let's see if the Frogman's good enough. Yep, Searing Blaze. We might be sacrificing this blood token to draw 2 cards. Just wolfing and mulling to 4 was not good. They are off to the races. I hate that we have to It's better than taking 3. I can't remember his price of progress as a commoner. I don't think it is. Dear God. Sure, we're getting rift bolted. Reckless Impulse, though. Wow, that card seems really good. Other Celtic Marauders, sure. Curse of the Pierced Heart. No. Synthesizer. Yeah. This is awkward, to say the least. I feel like we needed to hit a land with that, not or like a threat, like, because there's some very real chances that we could just be dead this turn. If they have enough damage. Let's see what they got. Smash Smithereens. What did I get? What did I get exiled? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I just died to the Curse the Pierced Heart. Well, that was interesting. Yeah. Burn. Seems pretty good. So this match won. Very interesting though. Very tense match there. I just mulled a 4. I can't really do much about that, honestly, unfortunately. So, all right, well, we'll see you guys for round 2 here shortly. Okay, so we are here for round 2 of Pauper. And, this looks reasonable enough. Like, we could turn 1 Chromatic Star, turn 2 Experimental Synthesizer, withdrawing a card off Chromatic Star. We have some things we could do. So there's some things. There's no threats per se, but there's things. Chromatic Star, pass the turn. Ooh, Tron. Yay. This matchup is super fun. Okay, so let's do that. Not exactly what I want to see. Unfortunately. Yep, we got Tron coming online next turn. We could cast Deadly Dispute and draw. We'd have to do it on the Ichorwells. Well, we just set up an Ichorwell Spring one. Oh yeah, see? Totally fine. Depends on what they have for Tron. Like, that's the awkward part of playing against this deck, is that they have really powerful things. Expedition map just recently unbanned in Pauper, so I'm curious to see how good that makes Tron in this format. They cast a Spare Supplies, Ichorwell Spring. They're drawing a card. Drawing some cards. Cycling Polluted Mire. Chromatic Star. Alright. So we just have to hope that we're not, like, dead. There's so much stuff that this deck does. That has to go. Deadly Dispute it. Hey, look at that. Oh, they deadly disputed the interesting. So much card draw occurring here. Oh, they're just going to gain a bunch of life. Okay, sure. Makes it hard to kill them. Cast us some stuff. Synthesizer. This deck is so cool. You have to do so much. Cast that Mirror Enforcer. Cast that Mirror Enforcer. Cast this Cold Oath or Rebirth. Sacrificing that Synthesizer. So that Cold Oath or Rebirth. Sacrificing that Synthesizer. Cast this Blood Fountain. Cast this Chromatic Star. So many things just happened in that turn, and it's wild to watch. So many deadly disputes. Yeah, deadly dispute is, you could just see like the cards just absolutely bonkers. Yeah, they have a Foundry Inspector online. Golem Foundry. Yes, because they can remove 3 charge counters and create a golem. They got a bunch of these things they can do. Are we going to draw more? Are we going to do another Weather the Storm? Gain some more life. Okay. Woof. Golden Egg. Scattershot. 1 damage to target creature. Wow. You get to kill the tokens. Well, it's not bad. Let's cast Synthesizer. Let's Cold Oath Rebirth this Synthesizer. Let's draw a card off of this Chromatic Star. Let's draw a card off of that. Okay, so that'll be reasonable for next turn. Yeah, sure. We can draw a bunch of cards. That Rites of Initiation is pretty good. I have to worry about them having another Storm spell. It seems like that's what they're doing. It's looks like it's like draw cards, like draw card Storm. Tron Storm. Deadly Dispute. Card's so good. What other Storm cards do we have to care about in this format? Like, Like Blood Fountain, we have a card. We have a Blood Fountain. Like, is Temporal Fissure like a card in? I can't remember if that's even legal. Like, clear the mind. Huh. That's awkward. You have +2, 6, 12. They block 1. Like block 2. Guess let's do it. Because then we can always get back stuff. Stack is wild. Deadly Dispute is so good. Combined with the Urza lands. Okay. I have a feeling there's like another Weather the Storm coming at some point. At which point, like, I can't easily break out of like that much life gain. Plus all the golems they can create off a Golem Foundry. Seems pretty absurd. Deck definitely feels really super gross. Was Expedition Map a mistake? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Let's Blood Fountain and get back these cards. Like this wall of golems I just can't get around, and they're just gonna keep gaining life and drawing cards. It's yeah. So we want Gorilla Shamans. So we definitely need shenanigans. Nihil Spellbomb might be good for when they try to like put something on the bottom. Makeshift Munition seems real bad here because they aren't really casting a lot of creatures that we can hit with it. Oh, Shaver Rebirth and a Terrarian. Probably incorrect, but I want to be able to destroy their artifacts. Is that correct? I don't know. This is an awkward opening hand because it does stuff, but it doesn't do stuff. Like, This looks a little better. Blood fountain. Only Beyond on Black Mana is not fantastic. Expedition map. Chromatic Star. This is an awkward start. Yep. Get yourself a Tron piece. The best Tron piece, because it okay. Not what I wanted to see. It's really awkward synthesizers. And they have just so much mana. This name may not be like a great matchup at all. They draw so much. I mean, if I have to, I will Rakdos bargain this Frogmite if I have to. If they have an effect for that, but they don't. I'm just gonna hold on to it for right now. Synthesizer. Deadly Disputes. Reasonable. Yeah. I'm good with holding on to that. Reckoner's Bargain is what I want to hold up because there's the Golem Foundry. So I need to find a way to deal with this Golem Foundry. Real awkward. That card's really bad. Ugh. Card is really hard to beat once you get it, once it's down. Ugh, this might not be too good for me. This is going about as well as my last Pauper League I tried to play. Just really awkward. Just gain a bunch of life off of Fangren Marauder. I don't really have a way of dealing with the card because it is a 5/5, and I have to like Galv Blast it like twice. So, all right, well, not so good in that round. Tron Storm, really, really interesting. So, let's move over to match 3 here, shortly. Okay, so we are here for round 3 of this Pauper Rakdos Affinity deck. So, I am not too thrilled with this opening hand, obviously because there's no lands in it. This seems reasonable enough. Even with the tap land. Okay. You just decided to not play a land on your first turn. I'm okay with that. Scoured Barrens. I guess we have to synthesizer and hope we see a land. That is not a land. I feel real sad about my life. Wow, so many deadly disputes, and that's okay. So we have Galblast online, Rebirth is online. They are gaining a bunch of life. I feel like we're just going to do this. We'll not waste it. We'll just Galblast them. Yeah, I mean, sure. Just figure. Bajukabog. Alright, now we are cooking with gas. So let's see if we can deadly dispute this. So what we could do... Protection from monocolored. Lulls. Ooh, that's awkward. Alright, so what we gotta do is... We can't Galblast this thing. That's frightening, to say the least. Pestilence. Okay. Ah, because you can't, that's cute. That's super adorable. Okay. Let's dispute the Terrarian. Cast a Blood Fountain. Cast Ergo Wellspring. Cast Frogmite. Might end up having to deadly dispute the Frogmite. We will see. Draw cards and lose 2 life. You can duress me. I assume you're probably taking this deadly dispute because that's like really good. Yeah, the card's pretty much insane. Just not waste the time and Galblast you. Sure. So I just need to find a bunch of Galblasts, is really what it boils down to. Yeah. Monarch. Alright, let's Let's start by drawing some cards. Not helpful at all. Still not helpful. Maybe I realized the Pestilence plan only works so well if you have stuff to do it. If you're... Let's force you have to do something. Yeah. I don't think you can kill me with Pestilence just yet. The Guardian of the Guild Pact is something. Protection from monocolored is very interesting. I need a Deadly Dispute or something to draw a card with. It's gross that we're all at the same life total, because then I could just die to Pestilence this following turn. Oh, I'm just dead anyways, so without a way to beat that. Wow, that is quite something. It's Chainer's Edicts. Galthblast is not doing much to kill their creatures. And Coldotha Rebirth is real bad against Pestilence, so... In fact, I maybe don't want it at all. I maybe just want Duresses to get rid of the Pestilence. Yeah, Chainer's Edict seems pretty good here. Quite interesting deck, for sure. Let's just put some damage on the down. Sure, cast down's fine. Stress them. They have A pristine talisman in hand. Divest. Divest is doing nothing here. Alright. Let's... Yeah, Deadly Dispute is what I want to see. Second pristine talisman. Swamp. Third pristine talisman. Sure. Alright, we want a... We're gonna put the heat on you in terms of damage is concerned. Okay, Basilica is good. That's good. We can put the heat on with damage here. Putting the heat on. Because if they play a blocker, we can Chainer's Edict them. And that in of itself is a good time. Okay, cool. Hey, we got one in the bag. Woo! This is tense. I love it. It's so much fun. Are you guys having fun yet out there in internet world, YouTube land? This deck is super sweet. Has some cool lines to it. I still think having Duress was good because being able to get rid of their Night's Whisper, keep them off card draw was great. If they had a Pestilence, that would have been really good to take as well. So I definitely think Duress is absolutely correct here. Yeah. This is an awful hand. Why would this hand exist? This seems reasonable enough. I don't like the Galv Blast there. Scoured Barrens, yeah, I'm sure. Chromatic Star is a good card. Because then we can hold up Deadly Dispute. And Deadly Dispute it. We'll just do that instead. Dust to dust is certainly a thing. Yes. They might end up taking the Duress. We'll see. I would take the Duress, personally. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly take the Duress. Duress means that they don't get to... that they could slam something big. Dusted Us was really good though. That was a sick play. They're just like looking at my hand, looking at my hand, looking at my hand. Look at the cards. What did they take? Synthesizer. Okay. That seems reasonable enough. Let's duress them. Duress for duress. Yeah, we're not casting that. You can duress me back, I guess. Get a pristine talisman. So many pristine talismans. You can take my deadly dispute, sure. We're behind on mana, and it's really only because of that Dust to Dust. Did they take makeshift munitions? You have protection from monocolored creatures here. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to do something here. Good gravy. So many pristine talismans. Okay, those are all the cards I knew about. Yeah, I should have boarded in their artifact destruction. Wow. Just not drawing any lands here is really bad. And the gains real life scry every turn is just absurd. Okay. Sure. That's something. I'm definitely on the back foot here, though. Like, that's awkward. It's awkward. Oh, God. Yeah, I am just... I'm not drawing any lands. Dusted Us on, like, all my lands. Wow. Yeah, we're definitely dead. So, cool. Thanks. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so we are here for round 4 of Rakdos Affinity. This has been a very weird league so far. We've played against a lot of really crazy stuff, and admittedly, like, I feel like maybe I'm not playing the deck probably super correctly. I don't know. I've been trying my best here. This deck is certainly interesting. Hey, more Tron. This does not feel very good to play against Tron. So we get to... like, unless they stumble. Like, that's the only thing I could think of, is maybe they stumble. Swamp. Terrarian, okay. So we get to... Chromatic Star... Frogmite. Deadly Dispute. So many Deadly Disputes. Get in there with some damage. Is that... cast a Blood Fountain. Get a Cult of the Rebirth off of that. Yep, gotta get your Tron piece. Basically, just have to hope that they're sure. Probably have a Weather the Storm in hand. Be my guest. Ugh. Yep. Weather the Storm. So awkward. It's like makeshift munitions even do anything here? I think I want to hold on to this. This Deadly Dispute. Like, it's just so bad. Now we could... munitions. They were apparently trying to hit something that they didn't want. They didn't hit. Wellspring. I just have to kill them. Clear the mind. Will you stop doing that? Okay then. Good. Let's keep that up. Munitions good. Very good. Deadly Dispute good. Very good. We have ways to kill all of any of the creatures. Get rid of as many creatures as we can get rid of. So much mana. Yet another Weather the Storm? I'm gonna guess. Jesus. Sure. They're just gonna have to try and kill you. So much card draw. So much life gain. I feel like Tron is just like so incredibly good. Oh, it just boggles my mind how good that card is. How good this deck is. Wow. This deck is something. Every league I've played with this every time I've played with this against this deck, it's always just like a slaughter fest. Gross. Frantic salvage. Wow. I would like some card draws so this Rites of Initiation actually looks like passable. Like, that's my issue here, is this Rites of Initiation looks real bad because I don't have anything to use it with. They have a ton of mana. I'm not drawing a ton of cards. Let's see if we can get there. Then you start drawing cards. They've got to have like another Weather the Storm or something like that. Which, if that's the case, like I cannot beat that if they have another one. It's ridiculous. Storm. Tron Storm. That is not something I ever really thought was going to be on. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Really, deck. Five, 10, 15. Put them to 11. can gain 3 life off of it, off of the I could definitely I definitely can't deal with another Weather the Storm, which would be really just awful. So much card draw. Yeah, that's awful. I don't have the mana to kill that thing right now. When I said this format's grindy, I really mean it's like super grindy, and I have tried to push them down to a dead life total a million times this game so far, and just not getting there. Is Weather the Storm an instant? Weather the Storm is an instant. Dear God. I'm being toyed with at this point. It's insane how good this is. Alright, so I think that probably more than likely, I don't think we have to worry about Affinity being a good deck anymore, since they kneecapped a lot of the stuff. I feel like you have to think about this deck, which is Tron. And this league certainly showed us what a beast this Tron deck is. Yeah, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I need these cards. Yeah. Okay, so let's get through here and see. See what we got. Man, what a game. And what a league this has been so far. I'm torn. Because this deck has certainly been fun, and I've had some really good games with it. And there's games here in this league that have been pretty good. We've gotten to see like the deck really kind of like do its thing. I've also had a lot of games where it just like get really like done on mana, and I think that's been a big issue, is having mana issues. So a lot of my experimental synthesizer hits haven't been very good either. So that's been awkward. Yeah, shenanigans. Wonder if I should bring in the Gorilla Shaman. I maybe should. Well, but they don't play a whole lot of art. They don't play actual artifact lands. So I think that's my biggest issue with this format, is I think Tron wouldn't be that big of an issue is if there was like a limiter to it. Something that actually like really messed it up. Oh, this is actually okay. Okay, sorry. I see what there was a Darksteel Citadel in this opening hand. Blood fountains. Just getting to So much card draw. Yeah, let's deadly dispute this. Wellspring. Now we have to be able to cast Duress. Or something. I don't know. Weather the Storm. I'm flabbergasted how good that card really is. Yeah, that card's really good against everything you want to be doing. So I have a feeling we're going to have to Ramrod. Oh, you're not going to do it. You're not taking the bait. Okay. Just Duress you. Yeah. Beating Fangor Marauder is something. You just like gain 10 life off of $15 life. Is they're gonna do that? Yeah. They have another one in hand? Oh my god. I could kill one, but I can't kill two of them. Oh my god. Ugh. Seriously. Yeah. Sorry. Can't do it. Nope. Not seeing two of those things. Oh my god. 10 life per artifact when your entire decks, all the decks revolve around sacrificing artifacts. Yeah, no. Can't do it. All right, well, I guess we're going to move on to round 4, or round 5, I mean, sorry, and see what we find out. So this looks like this is going to be a pretty awkward league at the end of the day, and I think this also shows us that Tron's really good. So if you want to play Pauper, play Tron. Thanks, we'll see you guys shortly. Okay, so we are here with the last round of Rakdos Affinity. So we'll see what happens. This looks reasonable enough. One more. All right, so Rolf's Packmate. That's something. All right, let's put some beaters on the field and go from there. All right. That's experimental synthesizer. Frogmite. Okay. Elvish Visionary. Card draw tribal. I'm on the offensive here, though, so... sacrifice experimental synthesizer to this. Yeah, okay, sure. Can't play that. Galvanic Blast. It's cool how good Blood Fountain is, though. Boarding Party. Cascade. All right. This is an interesting match. I would like to see some of my card draw. Cleansing Wildfire on your own land is kind of super cool. This is the first time I've seen this in action, honestly, and it's pretty sweet. Okay. Let's just pick off your creatures one by one. So much mana. Annoyed Altasaur. You can't really swing through me, because I can block. Oh, okay, sure. Let's draw some cards. That is not helpful at all, deck. Not helpful at all. Yeah, sure. Some things have just occurred to you. I need a way to draw some cards. That would be really great right about now. Drawing cards would be so fun and great. Having all my cards exiled is also super fun. Yeah. I need to be able to draw, is really what the problem is here. And that doesn't help, like, at all. That's good enough. Because we can Deadly Dispute in the middle of combat, and then Rites of Initiation. Okay. So just really awkwardly having all of my big threats removed is silly, but they're in top deck mode, and I feel like our top decks are better because we have stuff that draws cards. Granted, they have some of these cascade cells, but we get that. At least we can draw some cards. And yeah. So what we got to do here is we got to hold on to Blood Fountain as a combat trick, essentially. and use it when they try to exile my... Cute. Just attack with this 1/1 goblin. No, don't cast things. Monarchs. Sure. We got really close in this game. Yep, you can just keep exiling my cards. Sure. Yeah, I don't care about it. I just want to draw more cards. Alright, so munitions now it's to become a... Draw more cards. Synthesizer. Wish that Galvask was not on top there. Yeah, that was awkward. Okay, yeah, they have so much mana. They're beating me on all of that. I don't even know what I bring in here. Like, they have a bunch of artifact lands, but they're all, you know, that. Chainer's Edict. Shenanigans. Munitions seems really good still. I think we just shave a little bit here or there. Shenanigans blowing up that artifact that clears our graveyard is pretty good. Mouse Forge. Let's do some things. Probably that Sir Rolf's packmate. If I had to guess. Munitions probably could have won me that game, and I just didn't do it well enough. Honestly, I probably really boned myself on munitions. Yep. Get rid of that creature. Yep, visionary. God bless that. Then we get some card draw lined up. We can just like kill some things. Try and shave off their ramp. Ugh, Gorilla Shaman. Gross. Sure. Synthesizer. Draw a card. Get rid of that Gorilla Shaman out of here. Up in here. Up in here. Gorilla Shaman gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. Oh boy. Oh, destroy target artifact. Yeah. Okay, sure. Sure. I'm gonna kill you with these goblin tokens. Let's see. You're at 8 life. That would take you to 4. We're just going to err on the fact that we could just kill you with makeshift munitions on the following turn. Yep. All right. Hey, cool. All right. Let's go. Maybe we bring in our own gorilla shaman, one of our own gorilla shamans. So yeah, I mean that was basically the line. We just hold up munitions, Geld blast them, munitions them on their end step. Well, not on their end step, but you know what I mean. Yeah, sure. This seems fine. Got Silver Bluff. Got we can beat a shaman with the swamp. They're mulling to 5. So, at least. Okay. Ooh. That's interesting. That gives us some time. We get to draw some cards. Oh, we get to makeshift munitions them. Cool. We're going to hold up Deadly Dispute, though. Is that correct? We just hold up Dispute, I think. If they just try to destroy an artifact land or something like that, we can dispute. Oh, okay. Yeah, Cleansing Wildfire. Yeah, that's a card. Alright, dispute this Ichor Wellspring. Play that. We have Edict. We have Munitions. Blast. We can blast. Galvblast and Edict up, so we can kind of deal with just pretty much anything. But really, I think what I care about here is that we have Edict and that up, and we can swing for probably lethal next turn with Rites of Initiation. And I think that's what we care about, like, the most here. Like, yeah, they could have Cast Down, which would be awful, but if they play a creature, then we have to Cleansing Wildfire. Okay. They're on the back foot here for sure. Even if they do that, that's fine. Yes, do it that way. Because they could be ramping into something, but then we just, like, Chainer's Edict them. Packmate, yeah. Packmate's fine. Grudge becomes far less live here. Because of munitions. Okay. So, I think we kill this thing. Gallblast them. And then we munitions them. Yay! We won one. Hey, last one. So, okay, cool. So yeah, this was an interesting, very interesting league. We managed to get there and then get to see what the deck actually can do. Unfortunately, Tron, and I think that's my big takeaway from this league, is that Tron is just really good right now, and I think that if you want to be playing the format, that's probably the deck you want to be playing. This deck seems really good, though. I just think that they probably need some sideboard stuff devoted to Tron, or maybe I'm just approaching the matchup incorrectly. I don't know. I haven't played Pauper in a while, and this is the first thing I've really recorded with the deck, with Pauper in general as of late. So, yeah, I'm. This deck's very interesting. We'll probably play more Pauper. We might play that Tron deck, honestly. That seems kind of fun and looked kind of gross. And so that seems like a deck that probably is worth checking out. So we're probably going to do a couple more Pauper videos in lieu of doing some Vintage videos. I know it stinks, but the Wind Trader situation, as explained at the beginning of this video, really makes it hard to really record Vintage, which stinks for me because I really want to record Goblins, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time, and I'm gonna hopefully have this video up on tonight, but I also am looking forward to recording with some Battle Wits, and I'm also still working out a date to stream with Ben Bauer to play some Chain of Smog Nickfit and play a league of that, so that'll be fun. And probably also have a video on 8 Mulch at some point, because that deck seems sweet. So anyways, thanks again, have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.